Uh, Good morning, everyone, or good morning, us too. Oh no, look, we have some more. I've read some of the Padlets, and I know this second week was a lot of terminology, and a lot of you have, it's a little hard to get that stuff into the noggin. But I want you to remember to get it into the noggin. You just, try to learn as much as you can how to apply it and how to know on the test. I'll go through the test too. You really just have to name it. You don't have to know origin, insertion, or action, or things like that. One thing that I'm noticing, some of you guys don't finish the discussions in terms of replying to people, other classmates, and so if you don't get the full point value. But I want to assure you that I leave the things open throughout the semester, and so you can always go back and finish that, and every week I go through a couple of times and make sure I update the score, because all those are busy points. They give you a good score if you complete them. Of course, you can do it other ways too, but I just want to make sure that you can go back and finish those up whenever you know this, oops, I forgot something or something like that. So that's the discussions. We did this too. You guys did fantastic. I have a few people who didn't do it. I extended the test to next Sunday. So try to get to it if you can. The only thing the system didn't allow me to do is add on a second trial. And so if you have a hard time taking it now, please reach out to me and I'll have to go figure out what to do in the background with that. That's sort of, I don't know if they changed the program or something, or I have to figure it out. But please alert me if it doesn't work. I'm assuming it's just giving you an extra try anyway if I extended it. We're gonna move. We've done a lot of the work on the muscles and on the bones now. Some of you are probably still working through that. So what I want to do is I want to actually go and look at, okay, so when it comes to test 2, I want to give you a sample here. It's open, it should be open now. So you're going to get 50-ish questions, I think 54 questions. There's pictures and there's videos. Sometimes it loads a little bit slow, but I got a lot of stuff happening in the background. So you might need to use the Chrome browser or so, but on my Safari it works at this point. You get these labels that go to a part of the skull, for example, here. And then I also have a video that talks about it, like 15 seconds or so. And what you do then is you take that term list out that we've looked at before. Let me see if I can get the term list. Oh no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Here we go. If I go to the review, or you go to the review, if you hear some ding 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 ding, that's my dog. Here we have an anatomy term list. So you want to go to that and print that out or have it downloaded on your device, because all the terms that we're working on, that we have been working on this past week, are on this one list. So make sure you do that, and don't, because you don't want to be struggling and go like, oh my Lord, how, and look up in the anatomy books and atlases and try to find it. The terms are all on the list. So this first one here, you see, oh, look, you go down the list, you're like, oh, that's the glabella. And you write it down here, glabella, and then you go to question 2. I'm going to ask 3 things. I'm going to ask a landmark. That's a specific part, like here, it's that little part, the glabella between the eyebrows. And then I also ask for the whole bone sometimes. And so this is a whole bone that I'm asking here. So that's your number 2 right there. I know I shouldn't be showing you this, but only a couple, it can work. And plus I can see who watches the video, who gets those wrong. But and then the third thing I'm asking is muscle. So I'm asking you not what a muscle does or where it's attached. I'm just asking you for the muscle. And you go down here where it says muscle, and then you look up which one could it be. There's plenty of muscles to choose from. Obviously, it is definitely in a lot of material. That's why I want to be so organized and not give you like too much. Well, an endless amount of choices there. So that's how the test 2 works. I give you 3 hours to do that thing. So make sure you pace yourself, make sure you have plenty of time to do it, and have, don't be interrupted if you can handle that, and get some time where you can focus on it. So that's test. Do you guys have any questions to that? Or does that seem pretty straightforward for you guys? Nobody? Is anybody still here? Yeah, there you go. So, the other thing, and I'm sorry I did not end up following up with the study group, but very, very few people who were interested in it, and then my computer crashed. And so last week I had to figure out how to bring my computer back, so I was a little bit distracted. But I'm still here. But what I did do last semester is I went into the classroom and did the muscle and bone sessions, and did a little bit more clinical when I went through all the terms, and I have videos that I created through that, with that. And I also have sort of like quizzes in there, or drills in there as well. And so maybe go, I'm gonna put it in I haven't done that yet because I'm still finishing up the last one, but I'm gonna put all the ones I have in a YouTube folder, in a playlist, and then I'm gonna text you guys all that playlist. And if you want to be a little bit more in-depth learning on this topic, the musculoskeletal apparatus, the bones and the muscles, look through that if you're interested, because I'm starting to talk more clinical as well. And for some of you who want to go into PT or massage or so, or chiropractic, that might be very interesting. So just FYI, I'm going to send you that out. I just haven't been able to finish that yet. And then the next thing, what I think we really want to do is now look into the future, what's going to come up next week. So let's go back into the module here. Bye test 2 goes fast. We're almost halfway there. Did you guys get that? You guys are fantastic. You're really involved. I'm sorry you have to listen to me talk all this time. But anyway, so week 3 goes into the heart, the cardiovascular system, and then we get the immune system and the endocrine system, and the skin. That's the skin. Skin is a pretty small chapter. So that's week 3. We have a lot of quizzes here. We have a few labelings. So we're starting back with the labelings a little bit. In this last section, we have a lot of, a little bit more physiology in each chapter. Like the heart is not like all the muscles, so the terminology is a little more finite. It's not as vast. But there is, of course, physiology. How does the heart contract and so forth? So we'll have more of these questions up here. And then next week, well, the 4th week, we go basically neurology. And then the 5th week, we finish everything up through respiratory, digestive, repro, and urinary system as well. But what I want to get already on is, how do you study for this stuff? How do you get through this material? And again, it's watching videos and then going through the questionnaires, taking notes in the booklets. And then afterwards, what I also would do is I will go through this test review here. So this is a test review after then the anatomy terms. So in the 3rd exam, we're going to have sort of a review like the 1st exam was, and then a review as well as the 2nd exam was. So we will have a term list for the anatomy terms here laid behind, which is going to be a compilation of all the terms here, the compilation of all the terms that we go through from now forward. So all the anatomy terms other than the muscle and the bones, that is basically. And then we have this other review that I think you should have next to you, print it out or download it. And it describes every chapter in bullet points, the stuff that I need you to know for the exam. And so if you have that, you sort of then reverse engineer and you go through the videos, but you already have this in front of you and say like, hey, if at least the least I need to understand is what's in these bullet points. And so that might take some of the anxiety away from people, because it is a lot of material. And I do want you to sort of be as much in that zone where you just watch videos and absorb and process the material in multiple different ways. But that's sort of how the third test then is built up. And so when or how you study for that material going through it, for that you then be prepared for the third test. As it comes to anatomy terms, I have, like in the review for test 2, I have review videos and then also pictures of the models. Again, that might be more at the end when you get ready to take the test. You watch those a couple times or so. Good.